Hello, happy Wednesday. You are on the Heart of Success show, and I'm your host, Larissa Vakulina. I go live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time. And here on the Heart of Success show, I'm sharing stories and experiences and methods and tips about how you can create success in all areas of your life. Definition of the success of our society is very limited. It mostly focuses on the obtaining authority or creating wealth, and we forget about all the other areas of our life that is matters the most. So here I'm sharing with you and redefining the meaning of success, and share all the tips and methods how you can actually enrich your life by redefining success. Right. I would like you to give permission to StreamYard to show your name if you would like to participate in our discussion today. And the topic of today's show is about abundance and how we are not creating abundance in all areas of our lives. So it's like if we have abundant one area of our life, for example, if we are successful and create abundance in our businesses or financials and wealth creation and possessions and materialistic stuff, so then we find ourselves somehow in deficit in our relationship, in our health, in our emotional states. And today I would like to discuss with you how what is it at the corner, at the root cause of us not able to create abundance in all areas of our life. So the key denominator about us not able to create abundance in all areas of our life is fear. So the fear is the fundamental aspect of how we are not able to create what we want. So the fear, most of the fears in different aspects based on the primal fear of death, right? So life and death. And that's what the most primal basic fear that all humans have. And all the other fears of different aspects of our lives are based on the fear of death. So as long as we have fear, we would experience what we fear in order to lose it and learn the ability to relinquish it and become healthily adjustable or flexibly adjustable to the environment and also the inner state. So there's a big difference in our attitude, in our perception of how we create in our life. We all want to be happy. We all want to be healthy. We all want to be wealthy and have joy and peace and fulfillment in our life. But if you want to be happy only because you are fearing not to be unhappy, you're fearing to be unhappy, well, then you're not going to reach happiness. Because if you want to be happy just for the sake of it and not because of the absence of the happiness, then you unblock all the paths for you to create that happiness. Do you see the difference? Like if you want to be rich only because you're afraid to be poor, well, then there's the richness not gonna to come to you. If you want to be healthy only because you are afraid to and fearful to be unhealthy, well, then it would be quite difficult for you to actually achieve the healthy state, right? If we all want to be loved, right? We all want to have love on a deeper, very deep, very honest level. And we want to be loved. But how many of us want to give the same love to the others? We afraid and have a fear of opening up our hearts to the other. So see how it works. Like if we hold the fear and but want to obtain some positive, like if you, as long as we want to have positive in our life, only because we afraid and fear not positive, we fear negative, well then we completely blocking the way for that positive to come to us, right? So look at what's happening right now in everything that we experiencing, right? It's like that collective fear is swaying a lot of people off their feet, and there is a so much of negativity going on around, and all of this judgment and all of these discussions and all of it related to that fearful state. When we actually in a state of fear, our minds and our perceptive abilities are completely shut down. We have that state of mind that the fear is actually suppressing our critical objective thinking, and we don't see the reality the way it is. We see the reality from the frame of a fearful mind. So, and that's exactly what we creating. If we see the reality from that mind that is fearful, we're gonna to experience that fear in order for us to learn to actually lose the fear. And the more we fear, the more we create situations that would convince us and would confirm to us that that's true. And this is, of course, affecting our self-trust. The more we experiencing from that frame of the fearful mind, and the more we experiencing that it is happening to us, the more we are not trusting ourselves. So these two, the fear and self-trust, is so interrelated, and it is so interplayed together, so that we need to start to really learn how we can deal with our inner deep fears of what we really want, but we also fearing the opposite of it, and we never can create what we want. So I would like to share with you about 3 points that I think would be really, really important for us individually and collectively to consider how we can look at the whole creation, and how we can look at our fears of that creation, right? Firstly, I would like to elaborate a little bit on the concept of life and death, right? Like, it is impossible to love life if we have fear of death, right? I know there's no human being on earth that doesn't afraid death. It is really sitting deeply in our souls. But at the same time, I think it's time to start to see life and death as a unending process of transformation from one state to another. And we need to like, this is of course the question of degree, right? I cannot talk about other people experiences, but I would like to share with you today my own experience. Like, my dad he's 91, and I can see how slowly the energy consciousness, the soul, is pulling out and withdrawing from his physical body. And it is a distressful time for our family. But at the same time, for a number of years before that, I was working with my family, or I was sharing with my family the outlook that I'm really it's close to my heart. And I believe that the more we start to learn about ourselves, the more we start to learn about who we truly are, the more we will be accepting, and the more we will be having flexible adjustment to everything that is natural process of life, right? Like, so right now my family is just going together and being with my dad and telling him how much we love him. And so we make decision that there is not much we can do, although of course the official system is insisting us to take him to hospital to basically see and check up why he's losing weight or why he's not mobile. Well, he's 91. I'm not asking myself these questions because I know why. His soul and his essence already decided that this is enough for this physical vehicle to be here. And what I was preparing, I'm preparing my mom that it is really a very it's a torturing if people make decision to take very old people to hospitals and resuscitate them and keep this fragile and dissolving body alive only from that point of fear for themselves, right? So it is hard and it is emotional for me to talk about my dad, but this is the way of life is. And if we're afraid death and we only cling to our life out of being fearing the death, well, then we cannot live meaningful life, and nor can we actually have it pleasurable, right? So that's how we limiting ourselves in creating abundance and peace and joy and happiness in our life and health, right? So that was the first point. And the second point I would like to explore is the desire to control everything. We love to have control. We love to have total control of our lives, of our loved ones. We like to have control of our jobs and whatever we have here. But again, when we have total control, it means that we are having great fear of relinquishing that control and trusting to ourselves. So because of lack of self-trust, we think that if we increase our control, then we can somehow make our life more happier, healthier, more abundance will come to our lives. That this is really the opposite. So we need to learn how to relinquish that control. And because we need to learn the ability to have flexible approach without controlling everything, we would create fearful experiences just for the sake of us to understand all of these processes, right? So the third point I would like to elaborate on is that lack of trust, the self, right? So we go circles obtaining knowledge, expertise, scientific evidence, and all these opinions of the experts, and we kind of not even having given any chance to ourselves to tap into the wisdom that we have and trust that navigation system that we all hold within ourselves, right? And we have it all. The only things we don't have is access to it. And even if we have access fragmentally, we don't really take it seriously and we don't have that trustful feeling towards that. I just would like to share with you some example of what's going on with my clients that are going through the cancer like I did many years ago when I had my cancerous journey. I completely dropped my mind and I allowed the intelligence of my senses to guide me through that. And what I'm noticing with my clients, that they looking everywhere and they almost putting it in a notebook of what needs to be done. Like, for example, you just need to create your sacred space and create healthy boundaries, and you need to do the juicing and adjust your diet and things like that. But what I'm teaching my clients is that, yes, it's all good. And you can take the parts of these recommendations that are really strongly and deeply resonate with you. But what I'm teaching my clients is that I want you to connect to yourself, because what I was hearing just recently from one of my clients is like, yes, I'm doing it. I'm giving myself some space and time, and I'm sitting by myself, and I'm kind of tapping into my inner space, and it's become automatic. She said it's like it's become automatic. Well, this is it. Once something become automatic, and once you're not having that deep experience and not going through that emotional experience of being in that moment, it's already not impacting positively in your healing, right? So what I'm teaching my clients is that connect to yourself. I'm not teaching follow what I did and how I healed my cancer. I'm sharing it with them, but I'm saying you are the only one who know and who has the wisdom for your own unique system, for your own unique matrix of who you are. Only you can tap into that wisdom, and only you can trust it, because I only can share my experience, and I only can maybe provide for you a few little different recommendations or opinions, and just show you what to do. Maybe you can start to do what I did, but it's not gonna to help you, because you are unique. You are the only one, and there's no one can duplicate you. So of course, in order for us to establish trust, we need to have as much information as we can, and from different angles. So only then we can make that decision. But what I'm noticing and observing right now is that number one, because of the strong, great fear that is around us, that is so much information that we now having around us everywhere, we really feel like we're losing ourselves in this informational war. And we have so much information that we kind of feel confused, and we start to really lose ourselves, and then the fear takes over, and that fear start to dull our perception of reality. And then, of course, from that fearful state of mind, we make decisions that may not really beneficial for us or for our family. So that's what I really would like you to start to look at. Yes, do your own research, do your own information seeking, and see it from different angles. And then don't just go and take one side or another. Sit with this information and knowledge and put it into your system and see how and what will resonate with you. Ask yourself a question. What is it here resonating with you? What is the truth? And maybe sit on it for some time, because your system will give you answer on this question. And again, it's not going to give you like, do this and do this. It may give you some even instruction by the inner voice, or maybe not. It can give you some signs through symbolic presentation, in terms of maybe you can read something that can make you this aha moment, or you can maybe talk to someone, or maybe you would just see something, and that will make that inner insightful resonance that you feel like, oh, that's what it is. And now I feel comfortable with this information. And I feel comfortable with decision to make towards that. So this is called self-trust. And this is always would be for your benefit and for the benefit of many. So that's the real trust you need to start to practice. Trust yourself. Your feelings are so valid and they so on a spot. Because we've been taught for so long that we need to trust doctors, we need to trust scientists, we need to trust some experts, we need to trust everyone but us. Well, this is where we actually losing ourselves, and this is where we experiencing pain and suffering and some sort of deprivation, inner and outer. So I would like to invite you to consider to attend my program called Your Realize to Reset Path that I'm going to offer very soon, where part of it would be how you can deal with your fear, how can you build your self-trust, how you can look at all of this as an interconnected set skills and a lifelong skills that can provide you an absolute trustful, strong guidance that can protect you or prevent you from the mistakes and pain and suffering. So I really would like to say thank you to anyone who was here with me today. I'm really grateful for you to be with me, and I would like to just say goodbye, and I would come back on next Wednesday at 2 p.m. South Australian time, and I would like just to share with you and celebrate a little achievement or a little success. I'm doing live for 26 weeks. This is 26 weeks, half a year, week after week. I'm pushing that button, go live, even though I feel fearful, I feel stressed about it and nervous a little bit, but I'm doing it because I believe that I can provide you some sort of value that maybe you can also implement into your life. Thank you so much. I love you all, and I invite you to love yourself more and build your life without fear and just trust yourself. Thank you so much. And I would like to put some music. Thank you. Bye.